Good morning. Welcome to the 11 o'clock news. I'm your host, Philippe. Today's top story: old lady lives in a shoe. What's that about? But first, we go with Bob out into the field at the Artesia Museum. Take it away, Bob.
Good morning, y'all. Bob the Bulldog here. And today we are at the Artesia Historical Museum and Art Center. And we're going to meet Michael. He runs the museum and art center. He's going to give us a full tour of the museum. And then Stephanie, who also works here, is going to read a book. So follow me. Let's meet Michael and go on inside.
Welcome to the Artesia Historical Museum and Art Center. The museum started in 1970. It was originally a house owned by the Ward family. They donated it to the city in order to give Artesia a location for a museum. We will go inside and look at the exhibits. So the museum is more than just the cases that have artifacts, it's also the building itself. So in this first room, as it used to be a house, was most likely a sort of living room, den, public greeting area for friends of the family. In this room, it's our Native American artifacts room.
Comanche and Apache tribes used to inhabit Ada County. 2016, scientists found over 26,000 artifacts dating back more than 5,000 years south of Carlsbad.
And we suspect that this was originally a dining room. This is the kitchen. So you'll see the sort of appliances that you'll find in houses in Artesia, ranging from 1905 up until 1970.
A cookbook from 1914 had a recipe that was cauliflower covered in mayonnaise. Yuck.
This is the toys and kids' life sort of exhibit room, where you can see the sort of toys, the sort of items that kids would play with, ranging from the 40s up until the 70s.
The most popular toys in the 1940s were Slinkies, and in the 1970s, it was Star Wars action figures.
Because you can find, BB guns in stores, but they don't look like that anymore. Roller skates don't look like that anymore. But some things like baseball, softball, they just have not changed at all. The staircase shows one of those features I mentioned that is original to the house. There's a little gas furnace in the staircase. Upstairs, you'll see that there's a couple very large open rooms. They were most likely bedrooms. This room, we treat it as a sort of a modern history space in the exhibits.
This room has exhibits on Landry Jones, football player, and Edgar Mitchell, astronaut, both Artesia natives.
We have a very nice overhead view of the refinery from 1960. We have a model of a oil derrick that was quite obviously made out of scrap metal and Spam cans. This room we treat it as the agriculture of Artesia and this particular region.
Barbed wire used on ranches sometimes is called barbed wire. And wire's not even my last name.
Items that farmers and ranchers would need out on the ranch. And items used by doctors and dentists and veterinarians in the region. That is a steer from the area. It had a unusual coloration. But you'll see from the outside that the house is covered with a lot of rocks, river rocks that were carried over from the Rio Penasco over to here.
These tractors are from the 1920s and were used on local farms. I wonder if the Mayberries had them.
This building is the Art Center. It was built in 2015. Come on into the Art Center.
Good afternoon, my name is Stephanie Robinson and I am the clerk from the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center. And I will be reading Goldilocks and the Three Bears by Corey Rosen-Schwartz and Beth Colton, illustrated by Nate Ragg. Here we go. Once upon a rock and roll time, three bears in a band jammed with ease. The papa bear drugged, the mama bear strummed, and baby bear tickled the keys. But the band didn't have many fans yet, and Papa Bear figured out why. Though we all love to croon and can carry a tune, we can't hit the notes way up high. So they set out to find a soprano. Soon after they left, a girl knocked. Is that porridge I smell? Gee, that would be swell. She checked in the house and was unlocked. A studio, great balls of fire. Amazed, Goldie raced through the door. She forgot about food and was now in the mood to hurry on and explore. The mama bear's might hit her elbow, and Pops reached the top of her head. But Baby's was hiked to just where she liked. I'll give it a whirl, Goldie said. She grabbed it and started performing, oh dibby-wop dum diddy-doo. She was singing quite well till she stumbled and fell, and a microphone stand broke in two. So Goldie said, I'll try the headphones, while Mama's bear pair was too tight. The Papa's were loose. Gee, there are no use. But baby pairs fit her just right. The tune was so catchy though, Goldie. I loved to be part of their band. The guitar was too twangy, the cymbals too clangy, the piano was perfectly grand. Exhausted from moving and grooving, she needed to catch a few Z's. This day's been a doozy. I'm feeling quite snoozy. She dozed off on Baby Bear's keys. In the meantime, the bears had held tryouts, but no one had blown them away. They were too twitchy, the pigs were too pitchy, and Red was just simply okay. The family returned to their cottage, distressed from their lack of success. When they saw the inside, the mama bear cried, "Egads, what a terrible mess. Someone's been using my mic stand. Someone's been using mine too." The baby bear spoke. "Oh no, my stand broke." He started to sniffle. Boo-hoo. Then Mama Bear looked at her headphones. "Oh, someone has tried my pair on." "Mine too," Papa growled. The parents both scowled as Baby Bear cried, "Mine are gone." Then Papa said, "Who played my drum set?" And Mama said, "Who plucked my strings?" "Well, who's in my chair?" asked the littlest bear. "She's drooling all over my things." They stared at the slumbering blonde girl, and Papa asked, "Who could she be?" He disrupted her dream. She awoke with a scream. The pitch was a perfect high C. The bears asked to hear her a whole medley. Once Goldie recovered from shock. "Amazing," said Mom. Pop grinned. "You're the bomb," and Baby cried, "Goldie can rock." Together they wrote a new ditty. They practiced it into the night, and soon their new jingle became a hit single. Too hot, too cold, or just right. Their albums now top all the rock charts. A countrywide tour has been planned. The fans scream out and shout. They're crazy about Goldilocks and a great three-bear band. Dan.
Well, I'm the supervisor at the Artesia Historical Museum, which means I prepare exhibits, plan special events, and as a supervisor, I will do anything that needs to be done at the site. Whenever something happens, I'm the person who takes care of it. Tools, depending on the time of the year, computers are always good. Phones, cameras. This time of the year is also lawnmowers, leaf blowers, weed eaters. Museum work in general, I have worked in the museum field since 2011. At this museum, I have worked for almost a full year. I learned to work in the museum field through internships, through work study positions, through entry-level jobs that had a lot of educational supervision, and through grad school. I like being able to work with history, and I like being able to help others learn about history through the work that I do. I do wear special clothes. Depending on the tasks that I have for the day, I will, if I'm just working on planning and developing plans, I will wear business casual, dress slacks, button-down shirts. During the summer, I do a lot of work outside, which means I need to wear boots and denim pants. Winter months, I have to dress appropriately for the inside of the building because since the buildings contain artifacts, they have to stay cold. Because cold air, stable, steady, always at 70 degrees or lower air will help preserve the artifacts. So they need to wear, warm clothing at winter time. Thank you for visiting.
Thank you for visiting.
Thanks, Bob. Tune in next week to see a tour of the fire department. Until then, have a good summer. And that's the cat's meow.